Welcome to Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And Good Morning Keys, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. And it is the 5th of August already. Where did the summer go? Well, summer is still with us. We're going to have your complete forecast here, but about a 50% chance of rain, showers, and thunder showers off and on for the next couple of days. 92 again for your high. And that does, as mentioned, continues for the next few days. And I'm sure another individual who wonders where the summer went is our Superintendent of Schools, Ed Tierney. And good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. And I say the same thing every year. I can't believe it's over. Where did it go?
Exactly. But I know that school district personnel have been hard at work through the summer. We've mentioned it before. It's a busy time to prepare for the upcoming school year. Your facilities, personnel, and the like, of course, have been very busily readying the facilities, I'm sure.
Absolutely. The summer's a busy time for the district office. You have to implement any legislation passed in the session. There's always hiring. We hired 4 new principals, and out of 10 district operated schools, that's 40%. We have 6 new or new to the school assistant principals, 60%. And then the financial challenges we have. We've spent a lot of work on the budget. We're started that budgeting process, and then there's always facilities work to be done. And the facilities in Monroe County are so magnificent. We just feel such a need to keep them up to standard. So it was a busy time, but we had a very successful summer.
Yes, indeed. And eventually your facilities, the administrative offices, may get an upgrade as well. But I know that the school facilities do come first. Again, it is
that's the lowest priority.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And actually, we can dovetail real quickly a couple of things to touch on there. But the budget, you have been saying that the administrative side, you're looking for and have been looking for efficiencies there rather than cutting from teachers and student services.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up. It's a tough budget year for every district in the state, and we are no different. So, it's a leaner budget based on enrollment for a number of reasons. And, we decided as a district office that we would take the biggest hit and the first hit. So we really looked internally to see where we could cut funds and consolidate positions in order to protect teachers and schools to the best of our ability. So the last I looked, it was $1.68 million out of the district office. And, this is a small office, so a lot of money saved there. And we collapsed 4 administrative positions from the district office. We switched 5 instructional positions from the district out to schools, and there were 7 ancillary positions we just didn't fill when they were vacated. So we took the biggest hit, and that was on purpose, but we did everything we can to support teachers and principals and schools, as that is the school system.
Well, occasionally you'll hear some responses and some criticisms that, the top end is a little bit fat, and I think that we can certainly counter that argument, again, with some of the numbers and some of the percentages you just talked about. And the administration also focused on students. I'll make mention again of the initiative, and the name escapes me, but whereby administrators went into the schools to, basically teach directly in the school classrooms, et cetera. And that movement had a lot of success. I think they will probably see that happen again.
Yeah, we called it One Team, One Goal, and I can't claim that name, although I do like it quite a bit. But we had everybody go out and support students, and it kind of culminated in the graduation where some of the executive directors who helped students meet the last requirement for graduate waited at the end of the stage, and they kind of hugged each other in a very poignant moment. So it was a great initiative, and we're certainly going to do it again.
Yes, indeed. And Ed Tierney's with us. He's Superintendent of Schools, Monroe County School District, and we talked about the hiring of principals and assistant principals. Also, let's talk about hiring of teachers. Now, we have had the highest starting teacher salary in the state for a few years. That's continuing to get focus as far as trying to, make it an attractive position. And despite the high cost of living here in Monroe County, you had said just a little while ago, all teacher positions within the school classrooms in our district have been filled going into the school year. That is quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, every classroom teacher is filled, which was quite remarkable. So the HR department to help recruiting really year round, they start right after Labor Day, and then the principals just making it a point to make sure that we have a talented staff to put in front of all of our children. So I met the new teachers on Monday. We had 44, and I thought they were an impressive professional, motivated bunch, and I think they're going to be a great addition to this team. So, we are fully staffed now for classroom teachers and really just about ready to kick this thing off again.
Indeed. Well, sir, let's also talk about the second year in a row with the A grade rating for our school district. And I think it's an A plus, I believe. But either way, it is quite momentous. They raised the bar and you exceeded the bar. And as you said, it kind of shows that the first time around was not just a fluke.
Yeah, that was it was a nice day when that came in, and it was a more difficult A to earn based on them raising that bar. So we were really proud to have that come in, and that pride and happiness turns to determination to continue to improve, because we had some great areas, English and social studies last year, and then we had some soft spots that have to be worked on with math, work to be done, as well as science. So, right after that celebration, we kind of turned to on focusing where we need to grow. And that's been the rest of the summer on continuing that upward trajectory.
Yes. Well, congratulations on that A rating as well. That is an accomplishment for sure. And math and sciences are always a challenge. I know there will continue to be a focus there on improving upon the high standards we've already met. Let's also talk about starting with student success at a very early age. We had the kindergarten kickoff. We had the kind of recruitment campaign, we'll call it, in the spring. And now we have those incoming kindergarten students. They have been utilizing some resources and some goodies, I guess, that the school district imparted upon them. And hopefully that has prepared them for the upcoming school year.
Well, our big focus, and my big focus, is the class of 2039, which will start in a week, and that's our incoming kindergartners. We had an event in April where we asked them to come in and enroll and meet the teachers, meet the parents. We gave them a Monroe County centered game to help them work on the skills required to be ready for kindergarten on the first day. And then we've sent them videos once per week all summer to work on skills, some social, some English, some math, and it's a game they can play with their parent or caregivers. And we've been sending them those videos weekly. They go home in either English or Spanish or Haitian Creole, depending on the home language. And as of yesterday, we had 17,000 views on those videos. So, parents are clearly taking advantage of that interaction. And I really hope that when we determine the kindergarten readiness of the class of 2039, that we've improved on our historical readiness. And that's kind of our plan right now.
Yeah, well, the graduation rate continues to improve. And by 2039, I'm sure it will have gone up even more. But yeah, they're starting early. And that's another great initiative as well, Monroe County Schools. Speaking with Ed Tierney, Superintendent of Schools, Monroe County School District, as we get set, have teachers. I should look at the calendar. I know the first day of classes is the 12th. When do teachers report? You said actually you met with the new teachers already.
Teachers are back today. New teachers came Monday. Teachers are back today. And then I'll get to meet with everyone, all teachers and school-based administrators tomorrow in Marathon. So I very much look forward to that.
So 1 week from today, they'll be back in the classrooms, and the students will. And be careful as the school buses will be back on the roadways, and those school zones all of a sudden are back in effect. So please be alert on the roadways as well. Well, we've got another exciting upcoming school year. And sir, I always do want to thank you for your military service. It is to be honored and to be, we are very grateful for people like you who served in the name of freedom. And also, it seems like it was a pretty long road, but somewhat unrelated, is the fact that we have Coral Shores High School baseball field. Those negotiations apparently have come to a close. Maybe not as involved as some of the other negotiations that the military goes through in an international stage. However, there was a lot of hard work that went into that. We now have a home for Coral Shores baseball.
That's worked out, and I'd say it was a great example of governance, because two elected bodies came together for the goods of the community and the students, and everybody gave a little. Nobody got everything they wanted, but ultimately we're going to have a beautiful playing field for the athletes and then for that community. So it was a great example of governance.
Yes, it was. Absolutely. Well, good to see that happening just in time for the upcoming school year as well. So I know you have a very busy agenda. The next, from here on out, it never seems to slow down, but is there anything else we should mention at this time, sir?
Well, just you touched on it, but the school buses will be rolling in a week, and just to be mindful of the young people crossing streets and getting to buses, and just leave a little earlier so we can make sure everybody's getting to and from work and school safely.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you, sir. Thanks once again for your service to our country and to our community now as our superintendent of schools. Congratulations on a very successful first year in your tenure. We are now entering the second year. We have certainly expectations that all will continue to show glowing results here in our Monroe County schools. So thank you, sir, for your leadership, and thanks to all in the Monroe County schools who work so very hard for our students.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate all the support, my friend.
Oh, absolutely, sir. You have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye now. Ed Tierney, he's superintendent of schools, Monroe County School District. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. And of course, to keep apprised of everything happening in our schools, keyschools.com. And there it is, all teachers reporting August 5th. That is today, all day. And professional days, the 10th and the 11th. Students reporting August 12th. So we are off and running. It's Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. We'll return with more of Good Morning Keys in a moment.
Good morning, dear. Breakfast almost ready.
In a minute. So did you happen to call someone about spalling repair for the house?
You know what? I knew I forgot something yesterday.
Honey, you know how important spalling repair is, especially here in the Keys. If that spalling damage gets any worse...
Don't worry. I'll call Design Center in Marathon.
When?
Today.
How about now?
Okay, dear. Now.
Design Center, the most efficient spalling contractor in the Keys, providing the fastest results. With over 40 years combined experience in spalling repair and a member of the International Concrete Repair Institute, Design Center can handle the largest jobs to small structures. They also handle quite a number of condominium and county projects. Mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair. Visit DesignCenterFL.com or call 305-735-4042. Design Center, 6677 Overseas Highway Marathon. License number CGC 1523838. Remember, mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair from Design Center.
This is Ollie North for 4-Star Rentals. 4-Star Rentals is the most complete rental store in the Keys. They can provide rental equipment for every do-it-yourself project from your house to your yard. Bobcats, chippers, chainsaws, and tile saws, you name it, they have it. They also deliver throughout the Keys. That's 4-Star Rentals. Model marker 4.5 on Stock Island. These guys are really good. That's 4-Star Rentals. Go see them soon.
Check us out. What Colonel Ollie North says is absolutely true. We're locally owned and operated. We offer a fleet of delivery trucks for fast all-in-one delivery. 4-Star Rentals is the oldest tool rental and party store in the Florida Keys. We make it easy to get that job done for that party or very special event. We're located at mile marker 4.5 in Key West, or just call us and we'll come to you. 4-Star Rentals, 294-7171. That's 294-7171. Remember, Colonel Ollie North never lies.
Historic Pepe's Cafe in Key West, founded in 1909, still does things the old way. Diachronic, if you will. How about fresh squeezed juices? Think how good that margarita or Greyhound will taste. Blue Point oysters shucked to order because oysters work better that way. Fresh breads and outstanding specials in an eatery that opened the same year Ole Evinrude invented the first outboard motor. And get a jump on someone's birthday and check out our retail offerings for some great gift ideas. Pepe's Cafe, Old Town Key West, of course.
This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. Good morning to you. It is the 5th of August, 84 degrees right now, and we are on our way to 92 degrees, 60% chance of rain today and tonight. Now 30% chance of rain for tomorrow. Thursday night, 60% again. Friday, 40%. And we are going to say good morning to Captain Tim Urbanski. He's running for Utility Board Member Seat D. Good morning to you, Captain Tim. How are you?
Good morning, Michael. I'm absolutely fantastic today. And talking of the weather, I'm in Big Pine Key up in the upper end, and it is thundering like crazy up here.
Is it? Yeah. Well, then it's probably coming our way here very shortly. And yeah, we've got through a few different pretty significant storms, and the power stayed on with a small exception a couple of nights ago. And you want to see that continues, possibly serving as utility board member.
Absolutely, absolutely. Resilience and reliability are paramount to everybody. We need to keep the power running.
We do. Well, you've been a big Pine Key resident since 2014. And again, now as of the past few years, utility board members can be from other parts of the Keys. Is it two seats now that can be Lower Keys residents, right?
Yes, seats A, B, and C are Key West residents. Seats D and seat E are anywhere in the county up to the 7 Mile Bridge, which is roughly mile marker 39 or 40.
Okay, very good. Well, I had Ed Tierney, our superintendent of schools, on. He's a proud Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine, and you served us valiantly in the U.S. Army as a Vietnam veteran. We want to thank you for your service to our country as well.
Very good. Yeah,
Yes,
U.S. Army, and I'm very proud of the service I gave.
and continue to serve in the civil service and as a civilian in support of the military. So again, that is all to be commended. And now you want to serve our community as a utility board member. So I believe I've heard you say before, but you do feel that the Lower Keys need some representation as well on utility board.
Yeah, let me explain that for a minute. The key, now, first of all of the members represent everybody. Key West, it doesn't matter if you live in Key West, you also represent the upper portion of the Lower Keys. The 3 seats in Key West, they all live in mile markers 0 to 4. And from just north of that, or whatever you would call it, east of it, northeast of it,
Yeah.
up to mile marker 40 is the remainder of the county, and that's where the remaining 2 seats are. Currently, I live at mile marker 30, so I'm sort of way up there, but a little more in the middle. The person running against me lives at mile marker 5. That's mile marker 4 is the edge of Key West. He lives at mile marker 5. So I feel that I am better to represent the people in the upper portion of the Keys here, where the Keys Energy Services.
Tim Urbanski, he's running for utility board member, seat D, on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. And let's see. So we've got early voting going on right now. It started on the 3rd. And then we have technically the primary on the 18th, but your seat would be decided on the 18th, right?
Actually, every county seat, the commissioners, school board, every county seat this year will be decided at the primary on August 18th.
Right.
There are only 2 candidates for each seat, and it's going to happen because one of them will get more than half the vote that is cast.
Okay, yeah, that's right. All the county seats indeed are that. Will be decided on the 18th. So this early voting is very important. Mail-in voting also very important. And then election day is 2 weeks from yesterday. So again, kind of keeping in the theme of school starting here very soon. If you were to give a grade to the utility board as it exists right now, would you be able to do so? You've said before, that you had some thoughts on the utility board and its performance and service to the community. What's your thoughts on that?
I think the utility board does a pretty good job. Nothing is perfect. There's always room for improvement and different perspectives, different outlooks. That's why I think I have a good position here to look at things from a fresh, different position. I would say the utility board right now is somewhere around an A minus.
Okay, that's good. Well, and again, but you've wanted to kind of add to the utility board in its capacity, and you've talked about that before by bringing some of your skill set to improve upon what you have just said is a pretty admirable performance. Talk about your skill set, your background, and how that would parlay into serving you well as a utility board member.
Well, I've got 38 years plus of civilian government service, plus my military time, and also some time as working in the private industry and running businesses. But one of the things my government service provided me is a lot of leadership positions. I was a major program manager, and in doing that, I had to handle contracting, budgeting, execution of the budgets, running things on time. I handled labor relations, personnel management, all the kinds of things that a board, a utility board would actually handle as the oversight, the technical and functional oversight of Keys Energy. Um, my background is very diverse. I'm also very technically oriented. Uh, I don't go to the meetings and listen to the buzzwords and recite the buzzwords. I understand totally what they're talking about. I read every package, every agenda package before every meeting. And technically, I understand exactly what's happening with the transmission of electricity, the pricing of electricity, the distribution of electricity. I see where Keys Energy is going in the future, and I want to be part of making that future better, more resilient, and leave something for our children, our next generation, that is an improvement upon what we currently have today.
Yes, Tim Urbanski, he is running for utility board member seat D on Good Morning Keys, and you have continued to serve in leadership capacities on a volunteer basis with a number of different community service organizations. We do also thank you for that and recognize you as a recipient of the Navy Meritorious Civilian Service Award, one of the highest honors given to civilian employees. So you are not a stranger either to working with, personnel and other organizations involved with labor and the like.
No, I am not. In fact, about a month ago, I get a lot of questions by email and phone, and had a really strange question. Somebody had remarked that they're observing a few groups in IBEW went on strike against the local power utilities, and they said, "What would you do if it happened down here?" And there's a real simple answer to that. By Florida law, Keys Energy is a public utility. Also, by Florida law, unions cannot go on strike against public utilities. So essentially, I discussed that, and they kept coming up. But what if they did? And what if they did? And I said, well, if there were alternate kinds of sick outs, workouts, whatever you would call it, good negotiations, good understanding, good fair treatment of employees as well as customers is what is needed, and that's what I intend to deliver. That's what I intend to bring to the utility board: honest, open, fair, transparent discussion.
It is Tim Urbanski, and he is running for utility board seat D on Good Morning Keys. So what did Hurricane Irma teach us? You were during the hurricane. You lived through it with others, and you stayed, you repaired, you rebuilt. What did it teach us as far as what would you take from that to utility board maybe?
I think we got a good lesson on what can happen with rapid intensification of storms. I believe the utility board is understanding now better procedures for operation and maintenance to make sure the system is hardened and sustainable. Also, to have backup components available to be able to source poles. Poles were one of the biggest problems during Irma. Every pole, many poles were broken over, gone. Sourcing that quantity was extremely difficult. Sourcing transformers, cable's easy to come by, but transformers, poles, very difficult. And now that we've had an experience with a storm like Irma and seeing what has happened with other storms that have gone through Central Florida and caused devastation similar to Irma, we are better prepared because we now have the knowledge, the experience, and know how to handle it. We learned by our mistakes. I'm not going to say we had a big mistake, but we learned by our mistakes. We learned by past happenings. If we don't learn from history, history is going to repeat itself. And I think this is one case where we're better prepared, so history will not repeat itself that way.
Speaking of history, you're doing this for your family too, is that correct?
Absolutely. As I said before, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, I'm a great-grandfather. And if my kids don't live down here yet, but I know they want to, I want to leave something for the future generations that is better than what we have today. And as we look at other sources of renewable energy and things for the future, they're not ready today, but they will be in the future. And I want to help pave the way for the future generations to pick up that that knowledge and to run with it and to enhance what we have.
Captain Tim Urbanski, he's running for utility board member seat D. And utility board member doesn't always get the mass of attention, let's say, on an election, but you have highlighted this position and explained why it is important to be considered and for people to participate in the election overall. And let's make one more case to the voters now. You have the floor. What would you like to say to them as they're considering who they would like to have representing them on utility board?
This is a job. This is not a political position. It's not about one party or the other. It's a job. And the voters get to choose who they want to be in this position for the next 4 years. If you want change, change starts now. If you want something better starts now. If you want good leadership starts now. I'm not in this because I want to say, hey, I'm on the utility board. I'm in this for the future of the Keys. I want to do this because I think I can make a good change. I think I can help provide some guidance, some insight to the board that will make an improvement in our energy, our infrastructure, stabilize our costs. I'm not saying we can reduce them. There are a lot of reasons why costs are going up, whether it be AI centers, building, other industry, fossil fuel charges. But we can certainly work to find ways to provide some renewable energy supplementation, lower our overall grid usage, and keep our costs stable. I want to bring resilient power, continuous power, hardened power, and stable costs to the customers of Keys Energy, along with making sure that the employees of Keys Energy are protected with wages, safety, work environment, and work conditions.
Very well. Well, Keys Energy does get some pretty glowing reports, excuse the pun, of of its performance, and you have seconded that as well. So we want to commend them on all that they do to keep the lights on each and every day. But you want to help contribute to that effort by serving as utility board member seat D. And Tim, you have put in incredible effort into running for this position. We want to commend you for your commitment, and we will certainly, again, continue to see you pretty much everywhere over the next few weeks. We wish you the best of luck, sir, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Michael. And I just want to close by saying my running is the right thing to do.
Thank you.
I try to do the right things.
Indeed. Well, to find out more, Tim 4, digit 4, utilityboard.com is where you find out more. And most likely.
Right there.
Yeah, there it is, right at the top of the screen, which you will see again this conversation on Keys Living TV today, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., channel 27, Roku streaming app, as well as your app store has your download for Keys Living TV. So go and watch the conversation as well. So thank you very much, Tim. We will talk to you soon. You have a wonderful day.
Okay, you too, Michael. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. It is Tim Urbanski running for utility board seat D on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. We return with more Good Morning Keys in a moment.
Are you frustrated by weight gain even though you constantly diet? Do you have low energy or always feel tired? It could be hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalances, especially as we age, can be the cause of depression, weight gain, mood swings, decreased libido, and many other chronic conditions. At Keys Med Spa, we have helped thousands of women and men regain their hormonal balance with BioT, bioidentical hormone optimization therapy, and the results are life-changing. Keys Med Spa BioT hormone therapy is safe, effective, painless, and affordable. And the big difference at Keys Med Spa, this is all overseen by renowned Dr. Peterson, who has had a medical practice in the Keys for over 27 years. Cool sculpting, Botox, skin treatments, BioT hormone therapy, and more. Dr. Peterson and his team are here to help you maintain your youthful glow and vitality. To see if BioT hormone therapy is right for you, call Keys Med Spa today at 305-587-9183.
The Greenhouse. Have you been there yet? We even spell it with 3 E's to help you smile when you say it. That's our goal. We carry the largest selection of hemp-derived THC and CBD products in Monroe County. If you've been taking medication for anxiety, depression, inflammation, lack of sleep, or muscle and joint pain, and it's just not working, or you don't like the side effects, we can help. If you're looking to chill, relax, escape, focus, or even break out into euphoric fits of laughter, we can help there too. No medical card is needed. You just have to be 21 or over. Our 3 locations are open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. In Key West, we're at 431 Front Street, just in front of Mallory Square. In Marathon, you can find us at mile marker 52 at 10875 Overseas Highway. In Key Largo, we're at 99304 Overseas Highway in the middle of the road. Swing on by, share your goals with us, and we'll recommend a product to help you reach them. And we back our recommendations with a 100% money-back guarantee. The Greenhouse. Stop on by and find out what the buzz is all about today.
Visit one of the 12 locations of the Greenhouse, including 9 in the Keys and featuring their newest store at 3128 North Roosevelt, Key West.
Hey, Key West, Danny Hughes here from Two Friends. Really from Two Friends. So Maura and I were sitting at breakfast in the bar, listening to live music at 8:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. She's about to enjoy some huevos rancheros and me shrimp and grits with fried oysters. Heart healthy. And Maura says, Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore. It was perfect because we didn't move here because Key West is like a lot of other places. We moved here because it isn't like any other place on earth. So meet your friends or make your friends at Two Friends, 512 Front Street in Old Town Key West, or twofriends.com.
If it's happening in the Keys, you will hear about it here. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys, busy Wednesday. It is the 5th of August. And again, a reminder that early voting is taking place. That started on the 3rd, on Monday in the county. And we have less than 2 weeks to go to the primary election. And we're going to turn to Sarah Compton now. She's running for Key West City Commission, District 4. Welcome back, Sarah. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm well. How are you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Good to see you at City Hall yesterday. You've been at City Hall a lot lately.
I am at City Hall all the time.
Yes, indeed. There was the, I forget the official name of it, but
it was the Chamber of Commerce, the Business Roundtable yesterday.
Business Roundtable, and they had department heads from the city there answering questions from the business community. You, of course, were in attendance as well, taking that all in and participating also. So thanks again for investing your time and taking such an interest in the goings-on at City Hall as you continue to pursue a seat on the City Commission. Brave leadership, honest service, that's been somewhat the cornerstone of what you've been seeking as you seek this seat.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've really been focusing on public participation, and I will continue to do that after the election.
Yeah.
I think that it is the most important thing in city government.
Yeah. Well, you've said that the people of this island are its greatest strength. You've been encouraging participation and dialogue all along, and we thank you for that. And there's a particular agenda item on the upcoming City Commission agenda for their meeting on Thursday. That's tomorrow. And you've pointed it out. It is agenda item number 29. So if you could clarify, elaborate, and then give your perspective on that, please.
Yes. Agenda item 29 changes the policy that guides the city meetings in a way that I think could potentially inhibit some of the public participation. What it does is it causes the questions brought on by members of the public to be answered by policy after the meeting, unless the mayor or the commissioners call on them. But moving answers till after a vote sometimes brings those answers far too late. And a big part of the reason for public participation is not just because the law allows it, it is because it better informs commissioners. The public has a wealth of information, and sometimes they catch things that nobody on the staff caught or that nobody on the commission caught. And I think that it's important that those questions be answered if they are appropriate to the item.
Okay. Sarah Compton, again, she is running for City Commissioner, District 4, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. So, and historically, it's a 3-minute response time for public comment. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think that that's sufficient? Too long? What do you think on that?
I think that I mean, I know that there have been many times that I wanted to speak for longer than 3 minutes, but in the interest of hearing everyone's voice, I think that 3 minutes is it's pretty standard, and I think that it is a good window of time to get the problems and points across. Now, do I think that that should be the only opportunity that people have to speak to their commissioners and staff? No. I think that commissioners should be available for people to talk to before the meetings happen, so that they can sit down, and then the commissioner themselves can bring this to staff, or if the person wants to reach out to staff. I do know that staff is always open to talking to people, but I think that we need to be meeting people where they are so that they know how available we are, and we make sure that they are heard and that their questions are answered.
Yep, Sarah Compton, and you can find out more comptonforcommissioner.com. She's running for City Commission District 4 on Good Morning Keys. So District 4, are there particular issues that are specific to the district that you feel need additional or special attention?
With District 4, the biggest thing that I hear about are three things. One is wanting to feel more connected to their city government. And part of that is, there's not a lot of press releases that go out to the newspapers. I think that we should have a regular column in the newspapers to talk about what's happening in the city. There should be more communication online. I think that people they want information, but they don't really know where to find it. And I don't think it should be difficult. I think that it should come to them. And the other things are always flooding. We are in a very low-lying area of Key West over here in District 4. So flooding is always an issue. Riviera Canal is an issue, and e-bikes. E-bikes are always a hot issue whenever I'm walking door to door and talking to neighbors.
Yeah, e-bikes have been an ongoing discussion point. We'll put it that way. They've been a challenge, possibly to safety and being coexistent with pedestrians and the like.
Yes. And Commissioner Lee did put on as a discussion item on this agenda a discussion about e-bikes and enforcement, and I'm really, really looking forward to that tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there hasn't been a definitive answer as far as how to best deal with them, because they're a fairly new phenomenon in our city. But again, that is something that we wrestle with. Of course, affordable housing has always been an issue. That was one of the topics of discussion at the Business Roundtable yesterday as well, and continually looking for solutions. And to your point too, communication with the city did come up as a talking point as well, looking for ways to continually improve the flow of information, and yesterday in particular, as it deals with the business community. So all of the concerns that you're talking about are definitely points of discussion at City Hall as well. So again, we are speaking with Sarah Compton. She's running for City Commissioner District 4 on Good Morning Keys. So tell us about the campaign. Is there anything that has surprised you that you maybe didn't expect when you first made the commitment to run for office?
I wouldn't say surprised, but I have been so grateful to be so warmly welcomed into so many homes. I go door to door every day. I have not had, as much as people talk about how divided the town is and everything, which I do see that in a lot of ways, but not in my neighborhood. I mean, it is, I have been very warmly welcomed everywhere I've gone. And it has been really, really wonderful. So I have enjoyed that part of the campaign a lot more than I thought I would, because, you always think going and knocking on doors, and I've never really done that for any reason. I didn't know what to expect. And it has been a really, really wonderful experience. And now it's my favorite part of campaigning.
So, Sarah, you've talked about having the courage to act on conviction. As an elected official, how would you deal with a decision that maybe could be seen as unpopular, but one that you have a conviction behind?
Right. So, this actually came up, yesterday, where I believe that our city was very careful with the 287G agreement because worrying about funding and things like that. And now that is hurting our community, and our business community is coming out and saying, these people that work for us, they, none of their papers expire until 2029 or so, and we're losing our workforce, which is not an easy thing to replace in Key West. And so I think that voting by conviction sometimes will bring about the results that are best for the city, rather than bowing to, maybe bigger forces that are pushing back, but not with the law on their side. So I think that pushing in the right way when the law stands on our side is very, very important. And I think that we should have done that last summer. And I intend to look for ways forward that do a better job of protecting our residents.
Yeah, and there are times where, as a leader and as a sitting city commissioner, you do have to make decisions, as you know, that maybe have to make sure that we are complying with the law, but could be seen as unpopular. And that's
right.
when pursuing, additional remedies within the law are still warranted. And there was a lot of discussion about the temporary protected status, specifically of the Haitian community. And some of those elements make Key West even a little more uniquely challenged than maybe some other parts of the state or the country. Right. And those are the kinds of things that we need to continue to try to discuss and find humane solutions for. So one human family is a motto that has been around for a while. And we, thank JR and all of the people who have continued to live by that. I know that it's a big part of what you stand for as well. I assume that it still applies today.
Oh, I think it does. I do think it does. There's, so you'll see online and things like that, people, well, what happened to one human family? It is alive and well. Yeah. And I have truly seen that throughout this campaign. If you look at the race with myself and my opponents, Wayne Garcia made a joke yesterday at the round table that we were going to start a music group like the Spectrals. And we all get along so well, and we all bring different things to the table, and we recognize that we all care about this community. So we are very much one human family, and we care about each other, along with our differences, not even really in spite of them. We appreciate that that different is better, especially here at the end of the road.
Yep, and I need to recant. It's JT. I said JR.
Yes,
that's a friend of mine. JT Thompson. We thank him for he gets credit for the one human family motto, and rightfully so. But yeah, I would say that race in District 4 has continued to live by the one human family. There's been a lot of mutual respect between you and your opponents there. And if they want to see Kumbaya, maybe they need to look at District 4. But it's been mutual respect, and we've enjoyed seeing that as well. So again, it is Sarah Compton. She is running for Commissioner, District 4, Key West City Commission. early voting is going on right now, and this too will be decided. This race and this seat will be decided on August 18th.
With we sure hope it will.
Yeah, well, that's right. This one could be the exception. It could
Yes,
be.
this one could. This one is the only one that could possibly go to the general election, but we are hoping that we get out the vote, and I'm just really hoping for that 50+1.
Yeah, exactly. And it had been said that all city races will be decided on the 18th earlier, and that is not the case. This is the exception since there are 3 candidates. One must have 50% plus 1 in order to not have a runoff in the general election. But again, it is important to vote. And Sarah, we greatly admire and appreciate your commitment to serving as well. So you have the final word. What would you like to say to the voters at this time?
I would just like to say, please get out and vote. No matter who you're voting for, make your voice heard. Choose who you believe will be your best representative. And I hope that over the past, 9-10 months that I have earned your vote.
Indeed. Well, thank you for that. And again, thank you for your service. And again, you can go to the website. It is, let me just see. Oh, I just lost it. Sarah, there it is. ComptonForCommissioners.com, for commissioner.com.
Yes.
Compton for
just one position. I don't want multiple.
Yeah, I was going to say if you're, that'd be a little difficult, but ComptonForCommissioner.com. Thank you so much, Sarah, for being here, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Sarah Compton, running for Commissioner, District 4, City of Key West. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. We return with more Good Morning Keys in just a moment.
Good morning, dear. Breakfast almost ready?
In a minute. So did you happen to call someone about spalling repair for the house?
You know what? I knew I forgot something yesterday.
Honey, you know how important spalling repair is, especially here in the Keys. If that spalling damage gets any worse...
Don't worry. I'll call Design Center in Marathon.
When?
Today.
How about now?
Okay, dear. Now.
Design Center, the most efficient spalling contractor in the Keys, providing the fastest results. With over 40 years combined experience in spalling repair and a member of the International Concrete Repair Institute, Design Center can handle the largest jobs to small structures. They also handle quite a number of condominium and county projects. Mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair. Visit DesignCenterFL.com or call 305-735-4042. Design Center, 6677 Overseas Highway Marathon. License number CGC 1523838. Remember, mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair from Design Center.
This is Ollie North for 4-Star Rentals. 4-Star Rentals is the most complete rental store in the Keys. They can provide rental equipment for every do-it-yourself project from your house to your yard. Bobcats, chippers, chainsaws, and tile saws, you name it, they have it. They also deliver throughout the Keys. That's 4-Star Rentals. Model marker 4.5 on Stock Island. These guys are really good. That's 4-Star Rentals. Go see them soon.
Check us out. What Colonel Ollie North says is absolutely true. We're locally owned and operated. We offer a fleet of delivery trucks for fast all-in-one delivery. 4-Star Rentals is the oldest tool rental and party store in the Florida Keys. We make it easy to get that job done for that party or very special event. We're located at mile marker 4.5 in Key West, or just call us and we'll come to you. 4-Star Rentals, 294-7171. That's 294-7171. Remember, Colonel Ollie North never lies.
Historic Pepe's Cafe in Key West, founded in 1909, still does things the old way. Diachronic, if you will. How about fresh squeezed juices? Think how good that margarita or greyhound will taste. Blue Point oysters shuck to order because oysters work better that way. Fresh breads and outstanding specials in an eatery that opened the same year Ole Evinrude invented the first outboard motor. And get a jump on someone's birthday and check out our retail offerings for some great gift ideas. Pepe's Cafe, Old Town Key West, of course.
This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Good morning, Keys. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. We are at 85 degrees on our way to 92 with a 60% chance of showers or thunder showers today. Tonight, 60% chance of showers are likely with 83 for your low, 92 for your high tomorrow on Thursday. Moving into the weekend, 40% chance of showers on Friday. Saturday, 30%, and then down to 20% chance of a shower or a thunder shower. Through the weekend, 92 will be the high each day. And we are going to say good morning to Marcello Martinez, Regional Vice President, Hotwire Communications. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Fine. Good morning, Mike. How are you doing, sir?
Doing well. So we had some pretty big storms here overnight in the past couple of nights, but Hotwire Communications and Fission stayed online easily. So you've got such a robust infrastructure here now. It is undaunted by whatever Mother Nature's throw at us.
Yeah, it's always a great thing when our network is maintains active, maintains up, reliability. And stability is something that's paramount in today's society. Well, today's business world and commercial and residential world as well, right? So it's one of the benefits of, excuse me, having a fiber optic network is business continuity. So yeah, those are always great days.
Yeah. So how many years has Hotwire, has it been since Hotwire entered the Florida Keys then?
It's been going now on 4 years.
Right?
We had, it was, we were blessed and privileged enough to earn our first major residential customer in Key West in the iconic Truman Annex. And ever since then, we've been extremely blessed. It's one of our fastest growing markets in the company. We started at one property, now we're well over 25.
Yeah, wow.
With two new ones being launched, one in Marathon and another one in Isla Mirada. So again, extremely proud of the success and the work that the Hotwire team has put in and continues to put in, as well as the residents of the beautiful Keys, as well as the business community have embraced us. So it's something that we like to evangelize and very proud of, for sure.
Absolutely. Residential communities, homeowner associations, condo associations, neighborhoods, commercial as well, all can benefit from Fission technology by Hotwire Communications. And it is technology backed by people who care, who provide that white glove service. It is so refreshing to know that if something were to occur that the customer needed help with, there is a knowledgeable, helpful person there, either right away on the phone or in cases that we've experienced, at our front door within moments. Really, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I tell the story where I just had just one little minor glitch at our commercial location, and I was on the phone with your customer service. And this guy shows up and he's like standing right next to me. He's like, "Hi, I'm with Hotwire." I'm like, "I just called you for you." And he like magically appeared. I know you can't guarantee that every time, but super responsive. It was great.
Yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, rewarding to hear that, because that is one of our values, is providing that concierge white glove customer service experience. And look, what I always tell our customers is I can't guarantee you perfection, right? Because perfection does not exist, but I can guarantee you an empathetic, responsive, dedicated, and committed customer service experience when that need should arise. We will respond, and we respond quickly, and we make sure that whatever that need is, or whether it's a user educated need, whether it's God forbid something that's wrong with the network, at the end of the day, we as a company stand behind our brand promise, which is to ensure an exceptional experience.
Yeah, Marcello Martinez. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yep.
No, I said so. It's definitely refreshing to hear the to hear your story. It's just a testament to standing behind our brand promise.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I'm living proof. It was pretty amazing. Marcello Martinez, Regional Vice President, Hotwire Communications. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. And by the way, he fixed the problem, which was a minor problem. He fixed it right away. So that was also great. And the technology behind it. I mean, you all have been rolling out fiber optic technology throughout the Keys here, as you said, for 4 years now. It really is available throughout most of the Keys. That fiber technology remains robust despite the elements, despite power outages, whatever it might be. The technology is amazing and gives you blazing fast, award-winning service that Hotwire has been recognized for now.
Yeah, I mean, extremely proud of the numerous accolades, whether it's from PC Magazine, naming Hotwire the fastest internet service provider in all of the markets that we service, whether it's Consumer Reports. Extremely happy about the brand recognition from third-party industry experts. But again, we build our networks for the needs of today, but that can sustain the needs of the future, right? I mean, it's just a reality. We all know that technology evolves, but the best thing about fiber is that the future proofing and the technology future proofing for whether it's the community, whether it's the hotel, whether it's a resort, whether your commercial businesses, it can sustain the needs of the future, right? So that's how we build our networks. That's how we expanded our footprint in the Keys to ensure that the day tomorrow you need 25 gigs. Well, guess what? The network is more than capable in that. So extremely redundant and expandable and future-proofed.
Yeah, Marcello Martinez, Regional Vice President of Hotwire Communications. And it's one thing to have a terrific product and support behind it, but it's also another thing to have a community commitment and a community partner, and that's what Hotwire Communications and Vision Technology is also doing in the Keys over these past 4 years. Once again, underwriting and fully supporting the Best of Marathon Awards with the Chamber of Commerce Awards coming up in October. And you're also very involved throughout the Keys in a number of community causes, giving back and continuing that commitment to the Keys that you've shown for 4 years.
Yeah, one of the things we take very seriously is our commitment to the local community, right? Giving back to the community that has embraced us and given us so much. A lot of companies think that's mutually exclusive, but at Hotwire, we think it's mutually inclusive, right? I mean, if it wasn't because of the again, I always, every time you and I have the opportunity to connect, I always say how humbled we are as an organization and how appreciative we are to have the ability to service the beautiful Keys and the residents that have opened their arms for us. So whether it's supporting the children's Key shelter, whether it's supporting Pigeon Key, whether whatever, or Samuel's house, whatever that cause is, we will support it because it's for the residents, of which we are part of the community, right? Yeah. So extremely blessed and humbled to be
Absolutely.
able to do so.
Well, I constantly see you and your team throughout the Keys living up to that commitment, and it is all well. Again, you mentioned accolades. But Hotwire Communications named the fastest ISP in the United States, according to PC Magazine, 2025. That is quite a testament.
Yeah, again, it's thanks to obviously the hard work of our engineering teams and all the powers that be at Hotwire, but also maybe more importantly, the customers that have entrusted us to service their needs, and allowed us the privilege of being in your home every day and in your business every day, and being part of the community, right? So obviously none of this would not be possible without the customer, without the residents allowing us the ability to service you. So again, extremely humbled, extremely appreciative. Again, and the story for us in the beautiful Keys is something that at least for me and my team, we like to brag about, because it's been a commitment that we're proud to make. And again, it makes it that much more easier when the residents and the businesses have accepted us and opened their arms and allowed us the privilege of servicing you. So something that we're extremely proud of and humbled of.
Indeed. Well, to have a conversation as to whether Hotwire Communications is a fit for your needs, how do people go about that?
Yes, you can always reach me via email, Marcello, Marcelo .Martinez, Martinez at hotwiremail.com. Please feel free to reach out with any questions, comments, feedback, anything you may need, big or small. Would love to connect and love to chat.
Absolutely. Well, Hotwire Communications, Fission Technology, they completely own their own fiber optic network. They designed it, they built it, they invested in it, and it is now in the Florida Keys. It is not a leased network that they're dependent upon others for the service and reliability. It is all owned and backed up by Hotwire Communications. Marcello Martinez, he's Regional Vice President, Hotwire Communications here in the Florida Keys. Marcello, thank you so much for being here. I know you've got a very busy schedule to keep. Anything else we should mention, though, before we let you go?
No, Mike, it's always a pleasure to be able to connect. Anything that any of the residents may need or any questions, please just feel free to reach out to my email, Marcello.Martinez at hotwiremail.com.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the commitment that you and your team and Hotwire have made to the Florida Keys. We have benefited from it, and we will see you again soon.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Have a good morning.
Yes, sir. You do the same. Marcello Martinez.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Regional Vice President, Hotwire Communications, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. It's going to be a busy day again as we continue to watch all the developments on the international stage, specifically with Oman and Iran and all of those things. They, supposedly maybe a deal for the Straits will be forthcoming today. We'll see if that does happen and all the other ramifications of it. Ukraine and Russia heating up once again with more strikes on Ukraine. There's all kinds of international developments that affect us, as well as developments nationally and statewide and locally as well. Don't forget to vote. Early voting is in effect right now throughout the county, so please do participate. Breaking news as soon as it happens. Local, state, national news is at least every half hour. Weather around the clock. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. Thanks for listening.